Yeah?
In the first age, when the gamer first lengthened.
Okay, here we go. Hi, and welcome to Tea Time with the Fellowship. I'm Charlie.
I'm Max.
And I'm Benji.
His name is actually Benji, not Benji, but...
Alright, let him introduce himself. Maybe he wants to be Benji today.
Fine, Benji.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Chuck.
Alright.
Okay, I'm Benji. I'm Benji. I'm sorry.
Okay, Benji. You don't know what it is, but what do you think the tea of today is?
Is it green tea?
It is not green tea. You mixed it up. It is stash.
But it's not green, it's brown.
That is because it is not green tea.
But green tea is brown.
It is...
Or blue, depending on the cup.
Okay, it's stash. It's English, and it's meant for breakfast. And it is tea.
Is it
brown tea?
Is it English egg tea?
Correct! We have English breakfast tea from Stash. 2 with milk? Sorry, 2 without milk, mine with milk. Cause I'm not a heretic.
You are weak.
You will be judged by the council.
2 out of 3 have decided.
The council will decide.
We have decided
fate.
your execution is coming.
Hey, look, man, the Brits are gonna save
The council
me.
has decided your fate.
Okay. So let's begin with our wonderful questions. The fun part about writing questions a week early is that I lost my entire notebook with my questions. So we're gonna do some freestyling today.
Oh,
I got a question, but let's hear one of your questions first.
Okay. So here's the plan. You're at your relative's house, right? Okay. And your goal is to mess with their food as much as possible. Not to like kill people, but to make everyone else eating their food think that they're a terrible cook. How do you do it? You have a budget of $172.3. Round it up to 173 because Benji's an engineer.
Actually, we'd round that to 200.
Oh yeah, we'll go to 200 then, just for
So we
Benji.
have $200. What can we buy with $200 that has nothing to do with this project, and then we just fill everything with salt?
All of it must be used for the project.
Right.
There is the food IRS, making sure
The
that
food IRS,
They're
the
called
Food
the-
Internal Revenue Service?
they're called FIRS.
First?
Food IRS, FIRS.
I like to think the S is a Z and it's like Zervis.
Zervis.
Well, first of all, you could go with the sugar becomes the salt. However, if you really want to mess with them, you could just do a slight mixture, 20% salt. You gotta find salt that looks like the sugar grains. Additionally, you could fill all the sauce containers with similarly colored liquids. You know, the mayonnaise is now
Pudding.
Custard.
Custard.
all the Gatorade is Windex.
That's gonna kill someone. We said you can't kill people. No, you cannot kill
But
people.
it has electrolytes.
It's diluted Windex.
That might make someone go blind.
C'est la vie. I have no idea.
What if you replace the popcorn with inert kernels that won't?
Yeah.
So no matter how
won't
much
pop.
you cook it, nothing happens.
Oh, I had a dream that I just kept making popcorn and then something happened. I forgot what. I remember making popcorn and that's all I remember from the dream.
Well, what about, okay, so I'm trying to think of like what would be a strange thing to do to someone, and I think it's go through their fridge, like make a list of everything that they have in there, move it all to an off-site fridge, and then buy plastic play food that replicates everything they had in there, and then just put it in the same place in the fridge.
Do that, but buy 1/3 size of all the food too, so it's like all their food shrunk.
Yeah, it's all tiny. It's all tiny plastic food, and they're like, what the fuck?
Why is my food tiny and tastes terrible?
And plastic.
So my plan, I'm gonna go to the Amazon. Oh wait, I only have $200. I can't get there with only $200.
That sounds like a quitter attitude.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a lottery ticket with my $200 and win $1 million. Then I'm gonna use that $1 million to get to the Amazon and get a bunch of really exotic bugs. Not poisonous bugs, just weird looking bugs like beetles, flies, I don't know, weird worms. I'm gonna then go back. And right before they serve it, I'm gonna hire a strike team with the rest of my money. Because I got $1 million. to have them, right before they serve it, sneak the bugs inside of the turkey. So they cut it open and a bunch of bugs come out. And that's it. That's all I do.
No, just make sure you don't grab anything endangered.
Nah, that's the funny part. I wipe out 3 species while doing this.
What are you, human?
Stop being human, Charlie.
I'm so sorry.
This doesn't taste like green tea.
I wonder why.
That must mean it scores poorly, no? Because it's like, how green does it taste? Is the criteria for
does it taste? This tea tastes a little yellow. Not green enough.
If we're ready
for
for the next question, I got one.
Let's do it.
All right, a little prefacing. So, trial by combat, dueling, has existed for a good few centuries in a sort of formalized and romanticized way. Even today, we may not duel over arguments, but we still have sport dueling, fencing, kendo, that sort of thing. In Star Trek, they have the 𝓣𝓲𝓶𝓮, the Klingons, the two-handed blade of sorts, where they fight each other. They have, in the past on Earth, have had smoothbore pistol dueling, dueling with rapiers, or jousting with lances.
Okay.
So, if you had to decide, if we're bringing back we're settling an argument or a dispute, what weapon would you choose? And bonus points for not actually choosing a weapon, but a strange object.
Guillotine.
And what would be the conditions for winning? First blood, making the other person say, ouch. Maybe there's a WWE panel of judges.
Okay, so I'm not sure about the weapon yet, but this has to be done in an area where it's very cold outside. So it's like sub-freezing temperatures. And they have to be in nothing but undergarments. And then they have a small weapon. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking like a tiny folding knife. They each have those. And it's till one of them tries to escape.
Like, becomes afraid and tries to run away.
Yeah, and then the other one wins.
So it's just a bunch of posturing and threatening. Like when animals of the same species just go up to each other and try to look big.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, if you know the trick to your own getting big, don't you think the same member of your species is just going to use the same trick? Are you really going to be intimidated? And then they get intimidated and run away.
No, you should just start questioning their motivations for life. What are you doing here?
Why would you dare duel me?
So it becomes who can make the other have an existential crisis.
Yeah.
So they also have small pocket knives. If they so choose, like, stab the other guy.
That's why Socrates always won, because he'd take out his pocket knife, not even open it, and he would go, "What is a pocket knife? Perhaps I have something bigger in my pocket."
I don't think that was a Socrates thing. And I think that was more of a Descartes thing.
I don't. He would do something, man.
Well, Plato can be like, "This is an ideal knife."
Well, you already heard mine, Guillotine, but it gets better. Imagine WWE, with all the music and everything. On each side of the stage is a guillotine. Of course, each is decked out with the wrestlers' paraphernalia and looks pretty dope. So, first, before the wrestlers come in, they bring in the guillotines. Like, on the left, from the past, we have the French beheader. And then, like, the guillotine comes in on a cart, they set it up. And on the side, they're like, and all the way from the future, the laser boy itself, laser D-header. And then bring in, like, a laser guillotine.
So,
and set them up.
Just a quick cut in. So, you and an old lady have come to a grocery checkout line at the same time, and she's challenged you to trial by combat. And this is what happens. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta bring your own thing. Well, you can choose a champion, which is generally a guillotine.
The guillotine, second guillotine is the champion?
No, well, you choose a guillotine and a champion, because each guillotine is with a champion. You gotta bring your own special guillotine. Gotta make it yourself. There's rentals too, but rental guillotines are for the weak.
Maybe not very sanitary either.
Yeah. But, oh, by the way, this does also happen in a virtual environment because we're in the future, so no one actually dies. I think, like...
It's a rubber guillotine, whichever one makes first contact.
But you need to wrestle the other into the guillotine and have it go off.
Okay.
And the first one to get beheaded loses.
Okay, I actually kind of like it. It's like what's that game in Halo Reach, Griffball or whatever?
Well, there's a lot of points on like style of getting, because it also has a point system from the judges, but you generally do win
if you can like suplex your opponent's neck into the slot,
you get extra points. And but because there's prize money involved too, because what's a good trial by combat if there's no prize money?
So we've put an economy around our legal system.
Yeah. Then there's also lawyers, but they're just the judges, and they basically try to make calls. Oh, that's an illegal guillotine move. You can't do that.
Okay, so we've had two so far. We've had mine, which is people fighting half naked in the snow with pocket knives, and Charlie's, which is, so we've got this virtual reality stadium, and lawyers and call makers, and everyone needs their own guillotine that they bring to the match.
Anyway, that's my plan.
Okay, I didn't actually think about an answer, but I have a few. You talking about the arena made me think about battle bots. And so I thought, what if we just make people pretend to be battle bots, and then we'll give them each, I don't know, a power drill with a long piece of, like a belt attached to it, so they spin it around. So it's the kind of thing where, because it's spinning sideways on the drill, it's really hard to, you have to get real close to them, but everyone's wearing janky junkyard armor because they're trying to pretend to be battle bots. They got the colander on the head. And the victory condition is you got to knock off more armor than on your opponent, then armor gets knocked off you in 3 minutes.
Do you have to make robot noises too, like bebop, bebop?
Yeah, just like how in in Kendo, I believe you don't get the point, or you get a point detracted if you go yeah, and you get really excited about getting a point and are very proper about it. So it's like that. If you break robot roleplay, you lose points. And also the announcers are just both the robot or the BattleBot announcers, but also the WWE announcers.
Like combined into one, or there's both?
There should be the wiped out announcers.
Oh, we have all
that
three.
Too.
Is the referee the big ball from Wiped Out?
Yeah, he just slams into somebody if someone cheats.
Yeah.
My other thought was Dark Souls dueling, but with giant, the squeaky toy hammers. So they have giant two-handed ones, and they're still judged, but it happens like on a bridge or something. Like they recreate the duel zones from the Dark Souls games, and then they have to dodge roll, and they have to swing with a certain move set, and they have like they have to, before the match, do their gestures, and after the match the winner has to point down.
I feel like Lobos Jr. is the referee, and then he's like, hey, you did that slightly off. Your blade was not at a 15-degree angle. Disqualified. And he chucks him
out. And that's how Giant Dad became president, because he kept challenging people and then winning them with his epic skills.
He went to the White House. All the cops are there. I challenge you, but it's only one-on-one.
He just does the well, what is it, outside the White House, and the president comes out with the giant squeaky hammer. Every time they hit each other, he goes, boop, boop,
I don't know. I feel like Joe Biden also uses the Giant Dad technique.
He's got the mask of the father.
Yeah. So you got two, like, giant dads going at each other.
That fight would be legendary. But I'm glad our politics don't depend on it.
God. Okay. So you have unlimited storage and, like...
Digital or physical?
Physical. Well, you could determine. You could change. Because technically, like, digital storage in a way is physical, right?
That's true.
So you could choose. So you could only store one thing in it. One type of thing. What's your storage device? What's your, like, thing you use to store it? You can, like, make it up yourself, whether it be magical, a literal giant warehouse, just a really magical, huge, compact USB, whatever you want. Tell me what it is, how it works. What do you store in it? And what shenanigans do you get up to with it?
Well, my immediate thought is it's like a, I don't know about the shape, but I know what I'm storing. I'm storing books in it. Just, it's unlimited storage. I'm storing every book in it, you know? And like I just have to reach into it and like think about which book I want, and I get it. And then sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, this is the second edition. I have to reach back in and get the third edition. You know, it's like yeah, no, my class doesn't accept the second edition. I need a third edition, right?
Oh, can you also get like the special ones that are like university printed by the university?
Yeah, it has every book in it. It's unlimited space. And I think what I want to do is it's like maybe it's like a briefcase, and you open it up, and the bottom. Like, so you open it up, and the bottom area is like a hole where you can reach in and pull a book out of your unlimited space. But then the top area is also kind of spatially manipulated, but it's just like a small bookshelf. So like you can store the books you're currently reading.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So basically, it's like if a Kindle was instead a magical physical book library. But you had
kind of, but not every book's on Kindle.
Like this has every book in every language.
I was just thinking because at least last time I had a Kindle before it broke, there's like the recent books you viewed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's like you have to choose to put it there. Like, and I think they like if they're out of your hand for like 5 minutes, they vanish because they're like tied to this like.
The magic auto return.
Yeah, that's like magical.
So what shenanigans do you get up with it though?
Shenanigans.
Becoming educated. Lol, what a prank.
Lol, what a prank.
So I get all the banned books that I have in my book briefcase.
I don't think there's actually any banned books in our country.
Not in our country.
I'm gonna go to other countries.
I'm gonna disseminate the banned books.
And then they're just gonna disappear after 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, here's a banned book.
Well, no, it's like I copy it. Like if I'm holding it, I can do it. And so I make copies of it.
I see.
It's asexual reproduction of books.
So it can store other books. So it has like a core storage of like every book, but then I can put more copies of the same book in there and still store them in there as if they were the original book.
They're going to destroy the entire book economy. Like, book prices are going to go to zero. Because everyone's going to be like, why are books so cheap? They're like, yeah, some fucker came into Barnes & Noble and copied every single book 70,000 times and just put them out on the street.
I feel that would have more consequences beyond book prices changing if you put 70,000 books just in a pile.
That's a lot of books.
I would not be doing that.
Okay.
It'd be a barricade.
And like also it's like there's like real magic books in there, so I just start doing strange spells.
Real things. You can't just have magic.
Dude, you think magic's not real?
But
you can't have magic.
Do you have
books.
the lusty-Argonian maid from Skyrim?
I do have the lusty-Argonian maid. Here you go. You can read it.
Oh yeah, man. Max actually has this. Yep.
It's in my briefcase. It's my book, my eternal book briefcase. Also for you, Charlie. I don't know what you want, but here's this.
Thank you. How to Be a Book 101 by Phone McGee.
How to roleplay a book.
How to roleplay a book.
Thank you.
Can you roleplay a book?
I am book. I have word. Bop beep.
No, you just gotta like make like the you know, like a book closing, and it's like, and then you like make the.
No, I'm a talking book.
And then you paper cut people.
Ah, my hand.
Okay. What about you, Benji?
Alright. I'm a true loyalist to the tea time, because get this. Stashed green tea, swimming pool, but it's lukewarm.
So you can't even drink it.
Well, it's warm. It's like drinking temperature, but not so hot that you can't also get in it.
Drinking temperature is 165 degrees. You boil at 170, then you wait for it to cool down a little bit.
So you just got a pool of stashed green tea.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, also the heat within the green tea, like control over the amount of heat, you know, and the kilojoules per kilogram of tea. And then if I make it such a common ingredient, I guess it's just water, basically, in terms of thermodynamic function. Mm-hmm. But if I also include milk as a component of the tea, then I can have unlimited milk, which should save us about $30 a week, because we drink a lot of milk.
We do not drink $30 of milk a week.
So it was comedic hyperbole.
We drink $70 of milk a week.
Sorry, it was comedic understatement.
All right, Charlie. What about you? Well, let you think. What have you been doing the past 5 minutes?
Paying attention to what
Books
people
don't have
are
their own
doing.
ideas, Max. They have the ideas of their author, unless they are their, unless it's a book's autobiography.
About the book.
I want.
It's like the.
It's like a paradox.
It's like the journal in Chamber of Secrets. And it's got like Tom Riddle in it. It's like, oh.
Okay, I want to. Okay, got
I'm a
it.
ghost in a book.
I want a classic hot dog cart from New York.
Okay.
That is an infinite amount of hot dog ingredient things. Like, has the drinks, it does the whole hot.
It's got the
hot dog
mustard,
cart
it's
set
got
up.
the ketchup,
Oh.
it's got the relish,
Does
it's
it,
got
like-
the New Yorker who's like, hey.
Does it like shrink up and then you can just take it other places? So you're like
It's
you're
like a keychain.
You're like in rural Wyoming and just
Then
on
I
the
can
side
just
of the
like
road.
throw it
there's
on the
just-
wall, then throw it on the ground, then goes, whoosh, and it grows into the full-size cart.
And it has unlimited everything.
Yeah, and
So-
it doesn't require electricity or anything. It just goes.
So you're just in like, I don't know, like what's the strangest place? You're like in the middle of the Amazon and people are like hiking through and they just like, what's that shiny thing up there?
And
they
it's just a hot
and
dog
it's just
cart.
you behind the hot dog cart.
Because there's the
floating on
umbrella.
a platform
Well,
over
there-
a pit of piranha.
There's an
or a
umbrella and like a
piranha.
chair that comes with it too, so it could just be sitting at random places. And it has like, you know, unlimited cold drinks as well, because part of the hot dog cart.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go really strange places, like top of the Mount Everest, and I'm just at the top of this hot dog cart, warming myself with my unlimited amount of warm hot dogs that I keep shoving into my clothes to keep warm.
You're on a large cargo flight, and they're like, you smell that? And they go into the cargo compartment, and you're just there.
With
Hey,
hot
man,
dogs.
want a
What kind
hot dog?
But I give them all out for free. I don't charge. So like, hey man, you want a hot dog? Yeah, I got several type. I got Frank. Because I got various hot dogs. It's a real nice hot dog cart. I'm just going around the world to weird places, giving out New York style hot dogs.
You're watching the FIFA World Cup. I don't necessarily approve the FIFA organization, but you're watching the FIFA World Cup, and the camera goes over to the left because they're making an approach on the goal, and they score, and they're like, all right, time to put the ball back in the center, but then you're just there.
With my hot dog cart, throwing hot dogs at people.
Feasibly, you could try and achieve that, but it's a lot easier if you just run onto the pitch, as they would say, real stealthily, and then throw down the cart. It's like a Pokemon. Go! Hot dog!
I really want to go to the Vatican specifically, into St. Peter's Basilica, and just during like a mass or something, go up to the counter, throw it down, then a hot dog cart appears, and then I'll just say, hey, John, you want a hot dog? And then I'm just going to hand hot dogs to who's ever giving mass.
And going down the aisles,
Yeah.
and having them pass them along.
Does this hot dog cart come with any self-defense functionality? Because eventually someone would try to kill you.
Yes, it has a close-in weapon system for shooting down anti-ship missiles,
It
as
also-
well as thermal imaging.
It also creates like a bubble of protection around me.
It just things can't hurt you.
Like a nuke could hit it, and then the umbrella goes whoosh, and makes a barrier, and then I'm the only one standing there with my hot dog cart.
Nothing can be done about you, but you're not threatening. It's like, you're a Euclid SCP.
Yeah, the
Oh
hot
my
dog
god,
man.
it's just an SCP.
Yeah, he's just well. There is a Kenner SCP that's just Santa, but he kills people.
Well, Santa has a lot of power.
Yeah, well, they're like, he's a Kenner SCP because they can't stop him. They can't catch him because he just teleports.
Well, we're back at SCPs. We did it. It's all in circle.
Secure, contain, put some relish on that sucker.
The secure contained pog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Because he said pog and dog, they rhyme.
Okay.
Hot dog. Bow, 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 bow.
That's what all
Bow, bow,
the
bow.
time we got for today, folks. Thanks for watching. This is currently a wonderful Sunday morning, a new thing, actually recording in the morning.
I don't believe you. It's actually 9 p.m. right now.
You will never know.
It's not 9 p.m. I, Max, am not. Do I have to say this?
Yes.
It is morning when we are recording this.
It is
Was that good?
It is 11:07 a.m.
Was that good?
Are you okay?
Was that good?
He's understandably a little bit nervous. You're holding a Zweihander, Charlie.
Well, thanks for watching. You can check us out at a YouTube channel called The Parsimonious Fellowship. We upload daily with various films and videos.
Films.
Films. If you can...
They're each an hour and a half long.
Yep, sure.
We've also got the, and we stream both on Parsimonious Fellowship on YouTube and Parsimonious Fellowship on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. on Sundays.
Wait.
On Saturdays.
I'm not supposed to say thanks for watching because you're not actually seeing anything.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure to hit that like button and comment down below. What's your favorite?
If you are a zealot promoting our channel, I will find you.
Well, anyway, thanks for listening.
Watching.
Gamers are not real. Once you accept that, you might have a chance at beating me in poker.
Charlie, can you stop, Max? Do we have the power?
I do have a golden banana cream pie.
Have I ever played poker against you guys?
I don't know.
Let's play poker at some point. And I have a full box of chips.
You brought this up several times, and we've never played poker.
I have brought this up several times. Every time everyone's been like, eh.
Yeah, I'm not super hot on poker. I'll do it, but...
you lose.
You know, becoming a pickle has been brought up sevevel times, but...
Based off Max's statement, I now know why I don't want to play poker with Max. I'm not too hot on poker, because you'll lose.
Dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You'll win. Let's play poker.